player. Hello. Tease, here it goes. What's up, Dennison? How's it going? Odd one. Ho, ho, ho to you too. MS Gamer with the chicken emote. I love it. Littlewood. Hello. Oh my gosh, I can't believe there are so many awesome people here on a random Sunday stream. What? Execute. Thank you for the follow. Hey, where's my, I couldn't hear that sound. Interesting. Slothnator, good to see you too. Bram, sorry you had to go, but hopefully we'll see you in a future stream. I couldn't hear the sound. 20th Century Bach. Oh my gosh. I should rename my company 20th Century Bach. Hobby, how's it going? Thank you guys for coming out. This is a totally random, totally unannounced, totally unexpected. Well, I think maybe I kind of said something about it on Friday. Sunday stream. I was just kind of sitting around today, wanted to start working on the new game, and I was just like, why not just stream like the old days? Just turn it on, work a little bit. I haven't even eaten lunch yet, so at some point I'm probably gonna have to eat some food. I also haven't drank coffee or any of those things, but whatever. I got clothes on, and it looks like I'm wearing pants. Hilton, how's it going? Good to see you. So if you guys haven't tuned in the last week or so, I started a new project. It's still a prototype. It's not an official new game or anything like that, but it's a very early prototype for what I want to make for my next game. So we've been working on Chocolate Farmers for over 3 years, and for the first time ever, I've started a new Unity project in the newest of the Unity versions. It's currently the test name, or like what is it called? The tentative name or whatever is just Project Quasimon, which is a joke, not the real name of the game. But it is a monster capture survival game. That is the idea I have right now that I want to work on and prototype and see if there's any fun elements there. So kind of the survival elements, or some of the survival elements of games like Minecraft and Ark, Forest, DayZ, etc., mixed with monster capture elements like Pokemon, obviously, and little things like similar things to Digimon, and similar things to, well, I guess that's, there's some other good, I don't know what else inspires me with monster capturing besides Pokemon and Digimon. Monster Rancher a tiny bit, maybe even Tamagotchi. Clothes are half the battle. This is true. Just a joke, not the real name. Famous last words. That's so true. So we've only worked on it for like, I've worked on it for 2 days, like 2 stream days, but each day it's only been like 2 or 3 hours of development. So to have so far, I did a little bit more work on it last night too, to work on the player animations and stuff. So far I've got, let's let it load. So I got my player here. I finally got the animation and stuff working in right. I'm using just a bunch of placeholder blocky assets. The actual art style of the game will not look like blocky blocks, but I'm using these placeholder blocky assets because it makes it nice and primitive, keeps things simple so we're not overthinking things. So I've got the player can strafe and walk back and forward and run. And there's my little Dogomon, and Dogomon follows me wherever I go. He is my monster. I'm not sure why, probably just my CPU every now and again, it just kind of freezes. So there's Dogomon. He loves me. He goes everywhere I want to go. And the only other thing we have so far in the game besides movement is I can press, I think, the 1 key, and now I actually control Dogomon, and you can see I'm following him around. His animation is a little borked right now, but he can run forward, which actually looks kind of cool. I also added a selfie cam, so you hold down your right click, you can actually, so I'm not sure about what the camera system in the game is going to be yet, whether it's going to be this, where the character rotates with the camera, or actually going to be a free camera. But for now, just so I can inspect stuff, I can hold down right click. Oh, wait. Well, it's not working on the player for some reason. It works on Dogomon. I'll have to look into that. But just so I can inspect the player's animations and stuff. Will each of them have special roles that help with survival? That'd be dope. Yeah, exactly, Hilton. So like some monsters will be better at helping you harvest trees. Some are better at helping you in combat and collecting more resources. Some will be better at, helping you traverse, like flying and swimming and stuff. And so, Slothinator!
Ha ha, shrug left, ha ha, ha ha, shrug right.
Thank you for the 35 month and the shrugs. You're an amazing supporter. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. So sometimes this happens. I'm not sure why. Every now and again, Dagomon just starts floating. I don't know if there's like an invisible box there. He's actually, like, the character is actually up here. I don't know if there's like an invisible object in the level. Oh, okay, that's why. Wait, is that why? There used to be a slope here. This used to be here. It's Q and the slope. And it looks like, oh yeah, so it's navigation. Okay, that's why. I forgot the character is using a nav mesh agent when they're following you. And so it's using Unity's nav system, which is actually off the ground. He's not floating away anymore. Yes, that's true. Ooh, some new emotes. Nice. A little barked, really. When it's early access release, eSmash, I was thinking January 1st. New Year's is my deadline. I was going to just skip early access. I thought we would go straight into Greenlight. And then if we get approved on Greenlight, we'll just launch directly on the Switch. Probably sometime in February. Yeah, I'm really happy at least where the animations are starting to get with the player. The dog placeholder animations are not great because the asset didn't really come with any good, like the strafing animations are just weird. But I got him running backwards and forwards now. And when he jumps, he just sticks his butt completely up in the air. I love it. When he jumps, he's just like, look at my butt. Apparently he wants to fight the dog. Oh yeah, he's always ready to fight. So that the placeholder animations I came with, the only idle animation is just like punching one. Oh wait, no, we did have a relaxing idle animation. I have to import it in, I think. Let's see. Okay, I think I have to delete it. Whatever, we'll worry about that later. Not important. He's intense. Do you have a playable build? No, not yet. Hopefully by the end of the week. Just down an asset pack that has levels. You're all good? That's true. I mean, I'm probably going to use a lot of environmental asset packs like we did in Shotgun Farmers. Greenlight, what is this, 2017? Yeah, we went back in time. So today I want to work on, I want to start with some combat stuff. So I'm trying to think of what is the absolute core of this game. And if it's a monster capture survival game, those are the three words that title the game. Ship it Loner Wolf, you're right. We should just ship it on, I'm thinking maybe PS4 first and then iPad after that, maybe in February. So yeah, if the game is a monster capture survival game, then I think the key thing they need to focus on is monster capture and survival. Starting with the first one from the left, monster capture. And to be able to capture a monster, you need to actually defeat a monster, which means we need combat. And so I'm going to start focusing on combat, I think, today, which is really scary because combat is such a core part of the game and also a really difficult part, I imagine. So I want to start working on, we'll start with doing combat animations. Let's see, I think I had started, okay, yeah. So I started a little notepad here. So we're going to ignore this. I'm actually going to work on that right now. So we're going to start working on Monster Melee. Monster Melee. What's up, Dwarven Jester? Start with the Linux build. I was thinking instead of a Linux build, actually, we would do a universal build that actually you have to buy a customary Raspberry Pi to launch this game on. Okay, so we're going to start with Monster Melee. Yeah, Loner Wolf, yeah, so you train monsters Pokemon style. You capture them, you survive and capture them in this open world, and then train them to fight and capture other ones. The monsters will evolve, and they will also, you can also pet them at some point. So we're going to do attack collision. So we need health. We don't actually have a health system. Actor health, and I'm calling it stamina or energy. I'm not really sure what I want to call it. Maybe we'll call it energy. Stamina sounds kind of like lame. You heard this game was Stadia only? Yes, the only way to play this game is to actually put Google Stadia on top of your Android phone, and that actually channels the extra power from the Stadia. So actor health and energy. Then we're going to do a melee attack collider. We'll throw out projectiles later. Let's just start with melee. And then actor death. Destroy. So we're going to start with the most basic. Just have health. If you lose your health, we destroy you. And so our actors don't even have a health system yet. So let's go into our monster controller. So monsters and players all use the same base class, which is an actor controller. An actor controller, we're going to give it another base class. We're going to call that actor. Let's create a new C# script. Because players and monsters may not be the only actors in the scene. Our trees are technically going to be actors because they're going to have health and they're going to die. Rocks, things you harvest, other things could be actors in the game. And so we're going to give, everything's going to use this one actor class. So we're going to have public int current health, public int max health. Actually, max health should go on top because that's going to be defined. Let's say max health, we're going to default to 100 for all actors. public int max energy. Now that's the part where I'm not sure if I should diverge these because oops, trees and rocks probably won't need energy, or maybe they could use that for something else. And so void awake. Or actually, we might just do it on a respawn. Public void respawn. Current health equals max health. And current energy equals max energy. A Whomping Willow? Oh, that's true. Oh my god, that would be awesome. So we're going to say actor controller. Actor controller here is from actor. And on awake here, we're going to call respawn. May not actually want to do this here now. This is going to default them to max health, and that's not necessarily actually how we want it to function. Because if you're continuing your game, you don't want your monster just spawn at max health. So right now, we'll call respawn on the player controller on start. And we'll call respawn in our monster controller when we spawn our monster. Now this is going to default them to max health every time. That's because we don't actually have any save data to continue old health. So for now, we know where our respawn function is. It's here when we spawn our monster, and there when we spawn our player. Now we're going to make a test monster. I need to figure out some way to make our wolf protomon. Let's rename this guy. I'm going to rename you to Dogomon, because that would be more fun. Come, your name doesn't get reset. Why are you so bold? So Dogomon, we'll put you up here. Actually, no, we're gonna spawn it ourselves. So Dogomon now has health, and now it's interesting, I haven't quite figured out yet, is if wild monsters, they're gonna still need character controllers on them, because they're still gonna have to move like their character, because they're gonna follow you off cliffs and stuff. So they'll have all the same base components as the monster you control. So I guess all this can stay the same. Now I just need to figure out how to actually get them hurt. So in actor, we'll say public void take damage. And we'll say current health equals mathf.max. The max value between between current health minus value between 0 and max health. Wait. Current value between 0. Yeah, this way it'll never go below 0 and it'll never go above max health. Oh wait, no, that's, god damn it, I'm stupid. This. The max between these. Yeah, okay. So between 0 and health minus value. So that way it never goes below 0. And if current health equals 0, whoa, public void on health depleted. So now different things could do, potentially do different things when their health is depleted. So we're going to call on death. We'll keep this private. What? Oh. You need to be protected. And when you die, we're just going to say game object that's set active false. Anything about faster click on a Twitch stream thumbnail ever before? What's up, Denizen? Ah, so my clickbaity thumbnail worked, did it? Did I fool you? I'm actually working on a mobile JavaScript educational weight loss fitness app. Okay, so we actually have to detect damage now. Now I have no idea how to do combat. I didn't make a game once that had combat in it, but it had shooting, and shooting's way easier. Shooting is super easy. And the way I've seen most games, Unity games I believe, do 3D combat is using collision checks. So like, if Dogomon, I think he only has an attack animation or a biting animation right now. So we have, I should probably actually make an animation for it. There we go, melee 0-1. So this animation is like biting forward. And so I want to say we'll put a collision check on his face. But instead of doing a collider, I could also do an overlap check. I'm not sure which one is more performant. Because I find Unity physics checking to be bad. Especially box colliders. Can be expensive. So we could do instead is put like a locator in his mouth and do an overlap, like a non-allocated overlap circle check. I don't actually know if that's worse, but I guess we just gotta do something. We'll do something for now. And change it if it doesn't work. Or if we find a better way to do it in the future. Or if anybody in chat has a suggestion as well. So in your jaw, there's your jaw right there, in your head, we'll put a bite locator. Give that a red label. Oh, that's big. And we'll give them a fart locator later, maybe some paw locators, if not just a bite locator. And so I want to say we'll do our combat in monster controller. We could also move it to a different script. One of the reasons the Shotgun Farmer's player controller got so bloated is because it was all in one script, and I could move it to like a combat script. Probably makes sense. Because that'll handle all the locators. That way this one controller doesn't have every single locator for the player. So let's do monster combat or actor combat. Trying to keep things generic as generic as I can early on. So we're not specifying everything. Because who knows, maybe someday a Whomping Willow is going to have to attack us. That's technically a monster too, but the player is going to probably use the same or similar monster script. Titbox, thank you for the follow. Or Tiltbox. Oops. I would actually just call this melee collider, but they could have different melee. Let's call this melee collider. Simplify it even more. Did you go to TwitchCon 2018, Tiltbox? Which TwitchCon? Or wait, I guess the only European was this year, right? This was the first one, so I guess it was TwitchCon Long Beach. Okay, so actor combat. I keep getting this value null thing. It's really annoying. San Jose. Okay, nice. I think they're coming back to San Diego next year, right? Or did that just happen? So serialized field private transform melee locator. And we'll say public void on melee attack. So we're going to overlap sphere to find targets within radius of our melee locator. We're going to draw some gizmos. Actually, we'll do on draw gizmos selected. Found that's a lot better, so you don't have a million gizmos in the scene. We're going to say gizmos.color equals color.yellow. And gizmos.draw wire sphere. So this allows us to kind of visualize how we're going to do this collision check. We're also going to have our flow melee radius. So we're going to draw a wire sphere at our melee locator for the radius of our melee radius. We're going to need a array. I can't remember what it is. Physics.overlap sphere. Or overlap capsule. I wonder which one's cheaper. So we want to need a collider array. So we're going to say collider array results equal, or melee results. We're going to make a new collider array and let's say 5. I don't really know how to do this. So we're going to check at our melee locator position, our melee radius, and we're going to pass in our melee results. We say if melee results is not equal to null and melee results dot length is greater than 0. I should put a layer mask in here. For now, we'll just define it in the thing. So we'll call this melee layer mask. That way we're not checking, we're not going to hit the ground and stuff when we do our melee check. Although I guess later on you're going to want to hit the walls and detect if the character hit the walls so you could bounce them back. For now, I guess we'll just ignore that. Huh. Interesting. Also, like, what do you do if they hit more than 5 objects? Also interesting. So we're going to say actor equals melee results. Oh, this is not a for loop, is it? So we'll try to find an actor, and if there's an actor, we're going to say actor.take damage. We also need a value here, so we're going to say, now these kind of things like your actual melee damage and stuff, we're going to have to figure out how to assign later. For now, we're just going to define it here. Let's say our melee damage is 10. So we're going to take 10 damage. Let's say public bool dead, get return current health less than equals 0. And if we're dead, we don't take damage. Oh my goodness! I love those emotes. Oh, that looks great. Oh, like it's kind of creepy actually that the heart is now smiling, but it is like stroking its chin in almost like a creepy fashion. Okay, so we're gonna dibba-doo-doo and dooba-dooba-dee and dabba-dabba-do. Actor combat. Okay, so now an actor controller needs to have reference to its actor combat. And then let's say a monster controller. Oh, I actually don't have any combat in here. Or actor input rather. How should we do attacking? Let's just say left mouse click. Wait. I don't actually know the mouse button indexes. So you get key down. Mouse 0? Oh my goodness! Galactic Glum with 14 months. Thank you so very much. How's it going? Thank you for that support, dude. I really appreciate it. So if we attack, let's just say act controller, public void on melee. We're going to take our combat and call melee. And we don't have a current character. We don't take any input anyway. Okay. Let's see if any of that works. The players are going to also need an actor combat script. Let's say our melee radius is 4. Oh, that's a little big. That's a little big. Let's say it's like that. Damage is 10, and our melee layer mask. Oops, I put an int. It should be an actual layer mask. Layer mask. What's up, Yikes? How's it going? Then we'll say only hits actors right now. And so the player will need a melee collider. I'm guessing it's fists. Not sure how it's going to work because it's going to have 2 fists. Well, I guess usually you swing your weapon with your right hand. Yeah, that's... Maybe it should be relevant to the spine for now. I really need to dig into other games and see how they do their melee combat. So that's the player's melee check. Now, they will be able to kill each other right now. That'll be interesting. So I'm going to create a 3D cube. Let's put it here. And we're going to make it an actor. And make sure it's on the actor layer. Actually, I want to make sure all of our actors are on actor layers. That's layer number 9. Player is on it, and our Dogomon is on it. Okay. So let's call this Combat Dummy. Oops. So there's our Combat Dummy. He's got an actor, max health. Let's just custom set his current health, current energy. Mura Monaro, thank you for the follow. And yeah, we're not going to maximize just so we can see if our health's actually going down, if any collision is being detected, etc., etc. For some reason, Internet Explorer is open. I'm not sure why. Let's close that. All right. Probably should have put like a debug log that I'm attacking, but whatever. Let's look at this depth of field post-processing. Isn't this so cool? You can get too close. Okay. Walk up to you. Hello. Punch, 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 punch. Nothing's happening. Okay. Just put a breakpoint here. I don't actually know which one mouse 0 is. I think mouse 0 might actually be right click, because I'm silly. What's game we're on? We are working on a monster capture survival game. Is this connected? Oh wait, are these both doing the same thing? I don't know why I'm not doing Fire 1. I'm goof. I am goof. And also now it's frozen. Let's do it. Input, get button down. I want to say it's Fire 1 with the space, but I forget. Fire 1 with no space. That's always left click by default in Unity. And no, I'm not bothering with rewire and all that extra stuff right now because all I need is simple input. Thanks, Moro. Bunch. All right, so we can see our actor here has lost some health. You guys can't see it, it's behind me, but I can prove it over here. The health there, I think, maybe. Is my chair blocking it? The health is going down. I go punch, 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 and he's gone. He's dead. I think he actually left a little bit earlier than he's supposed to. Now what's this? Oh, okay. We gotta ignore any null elements in our list. Obviously. Obviously. We could just play some attack animations now too. So actor animator, we're gonna say public void on melee. Why do you do this to me, Visual Studio? Why? So actor combat here, boop de boop de bloop, bloop de blop. So I guess, is it a combat need a reference to the melee? Or no, the player controller already has a reference to the melee, so that, the attack, the combat will just deal with the attack, it's the controller that will deal with communicating with other functions. So animator.on melee. So I'm trying to keep our scripts nice and separated, so the controller manages all components, animator just does animations, combat controller just does combat stuff. A lot of times when I'm working on a project, I'll start getting things will get really spaghetti, and then the combat animation is triggering animations, but also the player controller is triggering animations, then you're trying to debug stuff and fix things and nothing happens, and I'm sure it'll still break anyway, but whatever. So let's see how we can actually play an attack animation on our player. The wolf animator is a custom one that I'm building on slowly, but the player one, I'm actually using the one from this asset because it's really complex and I don't want to have to rebuild all of it. So let's go unarmed. Attacks. How the hell do you get in here? Woof. Moving false, weapon 0, jumping E0, attack trigger. Okay. Great. Nice models. Thanks, they're just placeholders. Just to get our prototype going. I think the moving has to be false. Usually, I guess in a game, when you perform an attack, you stop the movement, right? Because right now, it's going to be like you can't actually attack. Okay, so let's call this attack trigger. Right, that was called? Yeah. then we'll make a set trigger functions. These are just shortcuts for me to call the animator. We don't actually need a val here. Or, triggers are one time. I found triggers to be a little funky in Unity. I don't know if I'm going to use it all the way through, but at least for now. Now this has like a whole bunch of different animations. It can do different punches and kicks. So let's see how it goes from this state to that state. I'm guessing it's just going to go to attack L1. So action equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if action equals 0? Because that's what it's going to equal. Action is currently -1. So let's just say action defaults to 0, and if action equals 0, that's going to be the animation in place. All right, we'll adjust the timing of that in a second. So let's see, punch, punch, punch. I should increase my damage. I have to do this 10 times just to test if this is working. So obviously it happens too early, etc., etc. Let's pick a different animation, and let's change my combat, my melee attack to 100. Just so I can insta-kill this cube, and we know it's working. Let's decide which one of these animations we actually want to use. Source state does not have motion. Oh, interesting. Cube is about to get wrecked. That's right, Kellogg. This game we don't take nothing from no cubes. Oh my god, this is like an uppercut. Okay, I think. None of these look like a normal punch. They're all like super extreme. This is like punching down. Oh, I'm blocking. I am blocking. I guess this is the most normally one. Okay, so that'll be for, oops, sorry. That'll be for 0. So we're gonna change the transition. Which is weird. Because it's transitioning to nothing, which is kind of dumb. It makes it impossible to debug this, and this is why sometimes assets aren't the best. So I'm going to do it this way. If attack trigger is true, moving is false. Then we're going to allow you to attack in midair. And we have to make this shorter because right now the animation has a huge wind up and we don't want any of that. It should feel a lot faster. As you can see, I'm using the assets animator. I'm slowly kind of, uh-oh. Oh, I killed myself. Pretty sure I killed myself. So let's put some prints here. So we're going to say debug.log game object. Oops. New York 167, thank you for the follow. I'm from New York. And I'm going to put the damage in here. Where in New York are you from? New York 167? Boop, 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 boop. If actor, this and this and this and this. Okay, so we're going to have to ignore it if it's us. So if actor, if actor equals, so now this, actually we just check transform. If actor, or here, if the transform equals our transform, then no thank you. We'll eventually have to check if it's not one of our own monsters, then you can just punch your own monsters to death. That will be bad. Indiana. Which part of New York is in Indiana? You've fallen far from the homeland. Hey, that's fine. I grew up in New York City, but now I live in Buffalo. It's still in New York State, but still far from my homeland. I wouldn't be surprised if there is somewhere in New York called Indiana, or at least there's definitely an Indiana street, I bet. Because there's like Pennsylvania Street and Philadelphia Street. Wait, are those both Pennsylvania things? New York really likes Pennsylvania. We got hashtag wrecked ourselves. Yeah, right. I was silly not to think that I would attack myself. Oh, look at that weak punch. I just want to, please just be friends. Punch. All right. Here's the other thing is we will probably want to trigger the moment in the actual animation, which is frustrating. Like it should trigger when the animation lands. Okay, kill the dog. I killed my Dogomon. Now there's no one else to kill but myself. Yeah. Here amongst the corn. Hey, we love corn on this channel. My last game was about nothing but corn. Oh, cool. So there is a hit animation event on the animation already, which is nice. The asset already did that for us. So, in our actor animator, we have a function called hit. And this is called when the melee animation lands, i.e. fist hits target. I guess it's gonna have to call its actor controller. So then in our actor animator, we can use a delegate, I suppose. Is there a quasi street? Not yet. First I gotta get famous. Then I gotta get rich. And then I have to buy out an entire street, tear down all the houses, kick out all the people, so I can build my fortress. Alright, whatever. I guess we're gonna put a reference in here. Going back on what I said, but you can't stop me now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So now the actual hit physics check won't get called until the player's fist animation gets to the point in the animation where it's supposed to actually make contact. I don't think this is how we're going to end up doing melee in the game, but it should at least get us started, I guess. We'll have to keep doing research on how different games do melee. Dead. Alright, so now it actually, if you notice, it killed the cube when my fist landed on it. I'll kill the dog. Oh, too far. Huh. So it didn't actually take damage until my fist was in the right state of the animation. So let's not kill our own dogs. And we can either set a value on the dog when it's ours, or check if the dog is on our list. And it'll probably be cheaper to just set a flag on the dog, because if we're every single time we're hitting something, we're making sure it's not one of our monsters, and that's gonna get expensive over and over. What's up, Gaming Boy? How's it going? So in our actors, we can just put we'll just put a flag for friendly. Public bool is friendly. And our player controller, we'll say is friendly equals true. Is it C#? It is. And when we summon a monster, so let's move this into a function. We're going to call this spawn monster. Do that. Call this other, actually. So spawn monster, and once we summon a monster, we'll call current monster is friendly equals true. And here, when we're checking our combat hits, we'll say if actor and not actor dot is friendly, take damage. This is not Python. Am I enjoying Visual Studio? I am, Tomer, but I have been hearing a lot of good things about, what is it called? Rider? JetBrains Rider recently. I'm considering switching to it because I heard it has a thing where it'll actually recompile Unity code while you're coding, which I think could be really handy and save a lot of time. I tried switching my last game, Shotgun Farmers. I tried switching it to Rider, and it ruined everything. It corrupted my Visual Studio files even after I deleted them and tried to regenerate them. And then my Unity would freeze every now and again and try to auto recompile. And it wasn't compatible with 5.6. I think it's more compatible with 2019 because they have a package for it. But I haven't actually switched over. I got so mad about it. I uninstalled Rider, and I was just I was so upset. But yeah, I like Visual Studio. I've been using it for a long time. But I like Rider. Seems like it's almost exactly like Visual Studio, except I like the whole recompiling thing. So I might switch over to that eventually. Thanks for reminding me. Visual Studio at work and Rider for personal use. Cool. What do you like more about Rider compared to Visual Studio? Okay, so can I punch my dog? I cannot. My dog is safe from abuse. But I'll tell you what, this cube sure isn't dead. All right, we're officially Quasimon trainers now. I don't know why the right-click button does this. It's something from the camera asset, I guess. I think it's trying to go into first-person view, but my player collider is not allowing it, so it's just coming back. Now this is true first-person view. Oh, actually, that's another thing I wanted to do. Let's commit this first. Basic, combat, and damage. That's right, I'm on master. You can't stop me. Do you like Visual Studio Code at all for Unity? I like it for working on a Mac. When I did Mac stuff, because I used to have a MacBook, when I did work on Mac, it was nice to have like a miniature version of Visual Studio on MacBook, because on OS X using monodevelop sucks. But I've seen people use it on PC, but I'd rather just have all of Visual Studio when I'm on PC. I mean, I don't really use most of Visual Studio's features, so code might actually be faster and lightweight. I'll have to look into that. Use IntelliJ and it works better. Oh, okay. Coding is a stream of consciousness. I'll have to try it out soon. I'll put a note to myself to reinstall Rider and stop hating it so much. All right, so let's make our Dogomon melee attack now. So we have our melee 0-1, and there's no entry into it. So let's do any state. It's going to use the same trigger, attack trigger. I think it was one word. Yep, okay. So our player and our dog use the same animator script, and so I want them to share similar animator components. No exit time, and he's swimming, and he bites. We're going to reduce that charge up, probably. He'll recover. And he goes back into idle after that. Yeah. Gotta see if that works. Try 30-day trial. Yeah, I actually already started my 30-day trial like a week ago, so I probably only have like 2 weeks left on it. Oh, go down Python. That could be cool. All right, so summon Dogomon. And he does not attack. Why not? Actor input. If game button down dot fire 1 current character on melee. Why do I keep saying melee? What is wrong with me? On melee, animator on melee. Interesting. Okay, let's look at our Dogomon. Here he is. When I hit left click, the attack trigger is being triggered. Oh, I never actually said it here. That would explain things. All right. Chomp. 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 Oh, doesn't work. Oh, wait, yeah, it does. It's only doing 10 damage. I'm going to make this a little bit faster. It's kind of slow. Let's just do 2. I want the game to feel good. Let's do melee damage to 100 as well. Tomer, thank you for the follow. I want to work on smoothing out the summoning and stuff right now because it just kind of like snaps between the two. Maybe put like a little particle. I got like a projectile particle effect we could use potentially. And I have to figure out how to smooth the camera too. Right now it just snaps when you summon someone. It's kind of jarring. Unity, where art thou? Oh, I see. You're re-importing something you already have. It's fine. I make games for money, yeah. Well, for fun and for money, but this is my full-time job. If anybody's new around here, I made a game called Shotgun Farmers. It's out now on Steam. It's actually on sale for the winter update. It's a multiplayer shooter where your bullets grow guns. This game is my 3rd game, and it's the first game I've been making in 3 years. So boy, has it been a while. Fun money, damn right, Vil Killer. It's the only way I believe in making money, is having fun while dressed up as a clown. This animation could also be faster. All right, go Dogomon, go! Hoop, chomp, choomp, chomp. Hey, chomp. Is the cube losing health? Sausage Cam, thank you for the follow. Combat dummy, current health is 100. Okay, so Dogomon's melee is not working. Oh, because he doesn't have an attack event. We have to have a hit event on the attack animation. Oh no. Oh no. How do I assign animation events? Oh, okay. Oh, it's different now. Oh, okay. That works. Chomp. How do I even know where this is? There's no preview. Oh. Okay. What the hell? This is strange. Okay, so I guess I can look here, and I know it's there on frame 13. Is that frame 13? I guess so. And I can add an animation event and just call this hit. That should work. What's up, Swift? How's it going? Like to make games, but you are not ready, focusing on school. Okay, that's fair. But you know, if you don't feel like you can't do it as like a hobby or a side project or just something maybe on weekends or even just for game jams. The global game jam is coming up at the end of January. It's a 48-hour game jam, so you don't have, not something you have to like completely neglect school for, but you could spend 48 hours just focusing on jamming out maybe your first game. Ugh. Eesh. Oh damn it! I killed a cube. Can I kill my owner? No, he's friendly. Main games is really good for learning math. This is true. Try to put some more combat dummies in the scene. Okay, Dogomon, go! Chomp! Alright, there we go. Dogomon can now put his butt up in the air and attack combat dummies. Let's transition into his butt area. I made a game in forever, but I've been feeling the itch lately. Do it! Do it! Can we please get a do it in chat for SwiftFlux? If you're feeling the itch to make a game, there's one solution. Either buy a back scratcher or start a new project. There's no land animation right now. There's no such thing as a real game. Every game is a game. Chess is a game. Jam games are games. Yahtzee's challenge? What's that? Oh, complete small game. Yeah, that's exciting. Back scratch is only a temporary solution. What's up, Gankable? Okay, so what next? I guess dying. So we're gonna want to turn this cube into a Dogomon. I'm gonna write this down because I have to use the bathroom and I'm gonna forget what I said when I came back. So we did health and energy, we did melee attack collision, and we did destroying death. Let's forget about projectiles right now. So let's spawn wild Dogomon. Attack wild Dogomon. Play death animation. So it's just going to be a standing monster. We'll attack it, kill it, it'll die. Before we do that though, I very much got to use the bathroom, so be right back. All right, let's get this party back on the road. Yahtzee's a YouTuber is making 12 games in 12 months. Nice. It's kind of like the old game a month thing. That's awesome. I highly support that. If you are struggling with finishing your first project, I highly recommend an article by Derek Yu called Finishing Your Game. Finishing a Game. It's really good. It changed my life. I always get stuck trying to create inventory mechanics. Ooh, we're going to have to do inventory someday soon. So our players will definitely have an inventory. I've actually never done inventory before, so that's going to be fun. I mean, then like fake or pseudo inventory, like in Shotgun Farmers, you have your different gun weapons. In this game, we have like a monster inventory. I've never actually done like draggable items, dropping items, picking them up in the world. So that's going to be really fun few days, I think, to make that. Okay, so we're going to spawn a Dogomon in the wild. So let's call this monster spawner. We're going to add a spawner component. And how do we want to do spawning? We'll give it a radius. We'll give it an array of is my chair making a lot of creaky noises? Let me know if that gets annoying. I think it's about to break. I'm sitting in a free chair I got at a garage sale. Public monster controller. Monster, oops, not pubic. Public monster controller. Monsters. And we'll say, actually we don't have to make that public. We can serialize this too. Private float radius. We'll do the same gizmo situation from over here. And we're gonna say void spawn monster. So what do we want to say? Private and say spawn count or max spawn. Can I help you with your math homework, Micronutty? Yes, the answer is probably C. You're also sitting on free chairs? Ah, yes. The life of a homeless person. So yeah, we'll say, we'll iterate I times over max spawn. So max spawn equals 1. Vector 3 next equals random dot inside unit sphere. Next dot y. Right now we're spawning on a flat terrain. Eventually we're going to want to raycast down. We could probably just do that now. We're going to raycast down and make sure we're actually hitting the ground from the sky. So we're going to say next.y equals 999. Maybe just 2 9s. And next plus equals, we're going to offset it from the position of the spawner. Oh, sorry, this is random inside unit sphere times the radius. Let's say radius by default is 50 or something. Do I understand math? Sometimes. I can't actually help you with your homework though. It's C or D. There's more than one answer. That's true. That's true. Question is, can you prove C? Spawn monster. Okay, max spawn. Doobity-dee, doobity-doo, doobity-doobity-doobity-dee. Now we're going to say monster controller next equals monsters. Or monsters.getRandom. We're going to get a random monster. We aren't going to have any waiting system or anything like that right now. Next.spawn at next. Oh, I have two next. Let's call this spawn position. You can pick colors as a property if you don't want regular yellow. Oh, really? Nice. I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm in 2019.3 or whatever the new beta one is. That's really cool. I'm so used to defining the colors like that. You always got a D in math? You think it's D? Yeah, actually, no. So I make games as a living. Making video games is my full-time job. I've been doing it for 6 years or 5 years or something. And I was horrible at math in school. And science. And everything else. Who is this jerk? What's up, Code? How's it going? The answer is the ones that look the same. That's usually pretty true in AP Calculus. Okay, so we're going to spawn a monster at this position. So we're going to raycast down. So we're going to do raycast down from the sky to make sure we're hitting the right spot on spot on the terrain. I don't know how games actually do monster spawning. Like, how do you make sure they don't spawn on a tree or a rock or whatever? I'm guessing you spawn onto the nav mesh, the sample position on the navigation mesh, because then you know it's a valid spot that a monster could walk on. We should probably do that. Unity, nav mesh, sample position. Because then we don't have to do this whole raycast check. We know we got a spot on the navigation. Yeah, no, that's really cool, Tomer. I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know you could do that. It'll help because a lot of times I get stuck with colors. Like I've been using yellow and red and green, so I can't tell different gizmos apart. So that'll be really helpful. You're gonna build the next Ouya, like the entire console. Oh yeah, Code. Good point. Make sure. Well, this is gonna be an initial spawner, but yeah, we don't want them to spawn around the player. This is going to be something that spawns them just now for start, and then you're right, when we respawn monsters, we want to make sure we don't spawn them. Let's make a note of that, right? So void respawn monster, or probably just call it respawn, because these don't necessarily have to be monsters. These are just spawners. Matter of fact, we can just call these transforms and call these targets, or not targets. Transform to spawn. Oh, thanks, Code. Yeah, so I've already designed 64 monsters, and I'm not going to reveal them all yet, but I'm really excited to show you guys some of them. I think I showed one on stream last week. Okay, so now this is more generic. Think of it as a potion, spawn them everywhere. Walls, rocks, lava, space. Okay. Don't respawn in the player's FOV. I'm sorry, field of view. So it's more clear. Okay. Okay, let's look at sample positioning. So here's Unity's documentation. Effectively random point is this, which is what we're doing, and this and this and this. We just want that and that and that and that and that. So center, which is going to be our transform that position, plus our radius. Oh, I like range better. Oh, I like radius better. Oops. And then we're going to need to use using Unity engine.ai. Yeah, it sounds obvious not in spawn and player, right? But if we don't consider it, then it's just going to happen. And we won't even see it our first many tests, but it'll eventually happen because it's random. Yeah, I think it's always important to remind yourself of the obvious stuff. I need the hit. So the problem with this is if it doesn't hit, it won't spawn. You know? I'm not quite sure how to deal with that. Which is why I kind of like my other route way better. Spawning FOV is not the worst thing as long as there's an effect. Yeah, that's true, to kind of mask it up. It definitely feels better if you can't see them spawn. Yeah, is just a bunch of decision trees? Yeah, in theory. Look at this. If this random spot isn't on the spawn mesh, this doesn't work. This way doesn't work. Because if I pick a random position and it's like underneath the terrain, it's going to say no. And my sample position radius is too small. And if it was giant, then it'd be really inaccurate. But I don't want to spawn them inside rocks and trees either. And I could try raising this max distance. Uh-oh. Annoying Fallout 4 bug. Fallout 4 shuffles NPCs locations around whenever a player enters the zone. Interesting. If you happen to leave the area while a raid is taking place, the raiders will be moved to the center of the base. But since they're hostile, they won't be shuffled around. You can have raiders dead center in your base, presumably past your defenses. That's awful. Damn. Have they not fixed that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too originally, Tomer. I was going to pick a position in the sky, raycast down, and where I hit, I would spawn them. But the problem is if I hit a tree, I got in the same situation where if I can hit a tree or a rock and places that the monster can't spawn either, and then what do? I just have to like keep looking for a new position over and over and over and over. What's up, Dan? Consider performing a query on each candidate point before actually spawning the entity. Yeah, so I have to like potentially do like a while loop and keep looking for a valid spot. Bethesda fixing bugs. Burn. I want to raycast. If I'm not using sample positioning, then I'm going to raycast just to actually see if there's a to make sure I'm on a valid spot on the terrain. Because the world won't actually be flat. The world could be curved, and it could be on a mountain or a cliff or something. But we don't have to worry about that too much right now. We want to mainly just make sure our combat's working. So let's put our Dogomon into our 2-spawn list. And it should spawn one. Let's say spawn 10 of them. Let's see if it spawns. What's the problem? We're trying to figure out how to decide where to spawn monsters in the environment. Ah, I see. Many a monster, because I never actually called the spawn function. Boop-a-doop-a-dee, boop-a-doop-a-doo. Spawning on the player's head would be the easiest option. The NPC's own shuffling is making the players feel more alive without having to simulate that movement while the player isn't there. That's a smart idea. Actually really interesting, because then you don't have to worry about AI when you're not near them. Salt and I were talking about this recently. I'm curious how big open world games handle that. I mean, Zelda, they kind of get to cheat because their monsters mostly stay in place when they're not in combat. Oh, goodbye. One Dogomon spawned and then it just left. Come back. It's interesting. Why only do it once? Probably because they didn't find a sound position. It's not even, we're not even gonna worry about this for now. Dogomon we could use for a rare Quasimon. Are we not querying the nav mesh? We currently are. I'm just I'm worried about how to deal with the situation when it queries a nav mesh and then gets invalid point, then I have to just keep doing it over and over and over. Hey, the enemy has just data in the simulation, only pop it up relevant for the player. So I play with dots. Oh yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, I imagine even if you have like hundreds or yeah, if you have like hundreds of monsters in the world, I imagine it gets pretty expensive, but maybe not. Look at all my Dogomons. Oh, I see. You're all on top of each other. What did I do wrong? Oh, because they're just going to spawn at the origin, right? With dots it should make sense. Oh, for sure, yeah. Dots looks really cool. I'm not quite ready to re-architecture how I make games yet, but eventually. Dippin' Dots, yes. That's the new Unity system. It's called the Dippin' Dots engine. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Forgot to reset the Y value. There's a Dogomon. There's some Dogomons. Okay, so it's because of the motor. Actually, Dan, you used the kinematic character motor. I have a hard time teleporting my characters. I'm guessing the only way to do it is you have to use set position on the character motor. So never mind. I said it out loud. So public void on spawn vector 3 position. I guess quaternion. Let's do vector 3 radius. Vector 3 rotation. Yeah, the way I believe the example says to teleport is to do this. And so for now we'll cheat in our actor and we'll just call actor. We'll move this out later for like actor spawners, etc. If spawn point is bad, then yeet. For some shortcuts, nice. That's a good idea. Yeah, I guess I could just do that in my actor class. Or not my actor class, my actor controller class. We're going to eventually do other stuff on spawn, like called the respawn function. Guess this must be a quaternion. Oops, I want to get actor controller, not an actor. And random point. I'll just say quaternion.identity. And I want to set our Y position, so it's just say random point.y equals transform.position. Even more one you need to check for different kinds. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're definitely only doing them within a certain area too. FRN! Thank you so very much for 15 months. Appreciate the support. How's it going? Oh, I forgot to turn their character things on. Come along, Dogomon. Oh, wait. What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you? You're all floating. I guess because... Not sure. Oh, they're twerking a little bit, though. Look at this twerking Dogomon. Get it. Get it. Get it. Okay. Oops, I probably should have not turned off play. Gotta turn this on. All right, there you are, you cuties. Look at you. You're all little Dogomons. Aren't you just the best? Aren't you just dead? Oh no. Oh, they're also kind of small. I guess I never realized how small my Dogomon was. One of the things I want to maintain is making sure my monsters are nice and big so I don't feel like they're just like small animals. You unlock the scope bug? Oh, no, or scope emote? Is it a sign? Are you saying we should reduce the scope of this game and just make it a game about farming dogs? Dogomon farmers? Oh, dude, that could be our next game. We're just doggo farmers. It's like a, I guess it's kind of messed up to be a dog breeding game though. All right. Wow. Actually, I have no idea where the colliders on this guy is. I don't even think he has any. I think there's just one in the center where their character controller is. I don't think I actually have colliders on their face and butts and stuff yet. Dog hair salon? Walking similar pretty creatures? That's cool. You're dead, cube. And this is how you do riding in the game. This is it right here. Oh, I can't stand on him? That's interesting. Shogun, thank you for the follow. Let's do some committing. Only I can type. Through a quick rig and added a bone simulator to a procedural animation. Oh, that's an interesting idea. What do models that come out of Oculus look like? They're like super artistic. Is the game gonna be like Okami? Welcome back, Gaming Boy. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna do death, right? So we need to give our actors a death state / animation thingamathing. And so we have our on death somewhere here. And we'll take it to our actor controller. And I guess we'll play death animation. And I guess we'll start a start disable core or send back to pool after time. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that first emote next to your, or that first badge next to your name. Founder, that's cool. Get bash, oh yeah. What's up, Kirai? How's it going? New game indeed. The time has come. Okay, on death. Play death animation. So we actually have to give our Dogomon a death animation. So we're in your own game. Nice. You care to share it with us? Okay, here's death. I guess we just play death. I guess I'll do any state thing. Dead. I should call the trigger DED dead. Dead. Oh, it's so sad. Make sure our monsters don't start dead. Many moons ago, I told you I was making a rhythm game. Yes, I do remember. After having not worked on that for almost a year, I finally regained my motivation. Nice, nice. Utilizing blend trees, I usually do 2D games. Yeah, I use blend trees for... I'm trying to use blend trees more. I'm using them for locomotion, which is why the players can like strafe and stuff. But I want to try to use them more. So kind of Guitar Hero for your phone. That's cool. What kind of, is it going to be a certain kind of instrument? Easier to animate in Unity or using external tools? They're adding new animation tools, I believe, so you can animate in the editor. I haven't tried them out myself yet. I usually like animating external tools because I get more control and more like options, like with constraints and different camera viewports and stuff like that. So I normally use Maya to do animations. These are all just placeholder assets. Oh my goodness! Honest Dan Games coming in with that raid! Oh my, oh me, oh my. We've got some Honest Dans afoot. If you guys are just tuning in, we are just getting ready to kill our Dogomon. How's it going, Dan? How's your stream? New game hype indeed. Oh man, I don't have my raid thing anymore. I gotta get that live. Welcome everybody from Dan's channel. My name is Quasi. We are working on my first new game in 3 years. But if you are new to the channel, let me show you guys the game that I just finished working on. So that is my game. It is out now on Steam. It is actually on sale for the Steam Winter Sale if you want to check it out as well. Took 3 years to make that game, and it's finally time to start a new one. You made curry, nice. Oh yeah, I love that you guys do the cooking streams. The dev cook too, I love it. It's super cool. Someday I'll have a nice kitchen and maybe some frying pans, and I can join in on that. Some screenshots, thanks Dan. I'll take a look at them after stream. Was it not supposed to have sound? It was supposed to have sound. That's awkward. Whoops. Shocking Farmer says false advertising. Crops don't grow that fast. This is true. The crops were sped up for the trailer. Very true. Wait, so the trailer not have sound? Hold on, let's take a look at this. Boop. Mm-hmm. Aha! I see where the culprit is. Does that sound now? Thank you. Did not realize that. Thanks, Hobby. Okay. Well, it'll be fixed for next time. Half the crop should be eaten by apids? What's an apids? What's up, Rosie? Ah, Christmas. Okay, so our thing will die, and then we'll send them back to the pool. So I'll start a coroutine. Is this not... How do you... Is this not how you make a coroutine in Unity? Have I lost my mind? Numerator. Death. What's up, Galactic? Oh, I already said what's up to you. I take it back. Yeah, what? Is it using system? I don't think so. What uses, maybe it's using system. Why don't I just do this? Show me my fixes. Oh, this is not collections. Okay, fine. Fine. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know, something like 30 seconds or something. I don't know how long things should stay on screen. Little green bugs that chew on fresh leaves. Oh my gosh, that'd be cool. Probably crazy for performance. Yeah, really the simplest things in Unity I tend to forget pretty often. Use more efficient coroutines so it doesn't generate a ton of garbage. Ooh, is that like an asset? More efficient coroutines. For 2 years I don't know how to use coroutines. Well, it's very Unity specific. Oh, it's free. Oh, there's a pro version too. Oh, hello. You seem more efficient. Coroutines are usually yep, this is true. This can cause you to randomly skip frames. Oh, yes. This is free version. Free version contains a random set of features. Pro version contains a full set. Okay. Super fast core. Easy. Bloop de blop. Blop de bloop. What does it do? I'll try this out. Death time. Yep. Yeah, that asset looks a lot better than Unity's implementation. I remember, I think Dan actually mentioned that to me a while back. I totally forgot about it. A balloon just popped. I don't even have any balloons. More garbage generation conscious. We should all be more garbage friendly. What is it? Transform. Recycle. I haven't actually started creating pools of monsters yet, but you know, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. So yeah. One thing I want to do is One thing I've been debating doing is I wanted to do like ragdolls on dead bodies. I don't know how Ark does it with the amount of ragdolls on screen when a monster dies. Seems like it's a lot. But maybe ragdolls aren't as performance heavy as I'm concerned about, but I feel like they should be. And Activision games take 150 gigabytes to install. Jeez. I mean, I recently saw that Shotgun Farm is only at like 2 or 3, which is really nice. I imagine this game is going to have a lot more textures and sound effects. It'll be a little bit bigger. You're dead. Oh my, what's happening to you? I think I'm calling on death over and over and over. Oh yeah, the incremental garbage collection. I forgot I have that now. I believe I have that turned on. Animal abuse? No, please. They're evil monster. They're evil, infected evil animals. Oh, interesting. It's only called here. Oh, I see. I know what it is. Cannot transition to self. There's like 100,000 sanitations performance, definitely. Makes new game build. Immediately starts ouching animals. Well, it's the one thing I'm still. If it had a sword, I bet nobody would be upset. Oh, poor Doggomon. I'm gonna kill this one too. Oh no. Oh yeah. We put some colliders on them probably because right now I have no idea what they're even colliding with. Let's put that on our to-do list. All right, so we did this: spawn wild, attack wild, play death animation. Put colliders on doggos. Doggoos. Now let's harvest his organs. And we gotta, I'm gonna do the other thing. I'm gonna disable actor model too close to camera. So like when the player's model gets so close to the camera, I want it to just be disabled. Put collars on the doggos? That'd be fun too. Dead. Oh. Doggomon, you kill them now. Murder! Straight murder. Oh, murder! Okay, let's look at the colliders for this thing. I don't think it actually has any. Thanks, Dan. It's also pretty exciting to actually be working on something different after 3 years. I'll probably do... So this prototype, or this asset, is actually built up of individual meshes for each one of these thingies. So we gotta get a headshot collider. Put a capsule. Where's just the box? Woof. And why are you on layer animal? Told you to be on layer actor. See you, Dan. Thanks for the host. Yeah, I'm sure Peter will not love this game. Hopefully they never hear of me. Put box collider on this. And I think that's fine. Oh, you know what's interesting? This could lead it to detecting multiple player collisions at the same time. Or the same player over and over and over. Wait, PETA made a game called Super Tofu Boy? That's awesome. I didn't know they had game developers there. Okay, so let's see if I just come near your head. Interesting. Oh, we gotta put dodge rolling in soon. Maybe it's not working at all. Oh, right, because I didn't put any, there's no way for them to even know what this is. We need an actor collider. Where did I put a head and spine to? You need a Pokemon game where Ash is a carnival master? That's even more twisted than regular Pokemon. Big 2-day game jam where they only serve vegetarian food. I can't say I'm surprised. Well, that's kind of cool. It's cool that they serve food at all. I would love if game jam served food all the time. Wait, PETA didn't make Cooking Mama. I feel like now this is becoming propaganda. Also, I have nothing against PETA. PETA actually helps like protect animals and people who abuse animals and stuff. So we're actually going to detect collisions on Actor Collider. I don't know why I can't type. And yeah, I'll do this instead. Let's rename this Actor Collider. So if Actor Collider and Actor Collider dot actor. Vegan food is good unless it's made by chimpanzees that don't know how to make instant noodles. If you go into a restaurant where the chef is a chimpanzee, you may be worried about general health violations. Whether they all spawn with their butts in the air. Alright. Combat doesn't work at all. Oh, I never actually applied the changes. Darn you, new prefab workflow! I'm still not used to it. I miss having my apply button. But I heard after a while you eventually get used to it. So maybe someday I'll get used to it too. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh God! Where are they going? Uh-oh. So I believe that these colliders are colliding with the character controller. I guess that's what this is for. Come on, laptop, you can do this. I believe in you. What? Is there another collider on this? Oh, spine 1. We had a candy cane dagger. That seems dangerous. Bye, puppy. Oh, I can actually walk on their corpses now because those box colliders count as collisions for me to step on, which I don't actually want. I wonder if making them triggers should still detect them in my overlap check. Probably. Not entirely sure. There we go. Scream Shake. What's up, Amato? Better see a GDC? Oh, yeah. I don't have my flight yet, but I already have my ticket. I will be there for sure. My shirt on backwards? No. GDC is my favorite convention of all of the conventions. Interesting. Oh, okay. So my melee check one doesn't rotate up and down with the camera. And it's just in the front of the player. It's kind of dumb. It's a really, really crappy way to do it anyway, but the way we're doing it right now. I'm gonna change this from on draw selected to on draw so it's easier to see when I'm moving the locator around. Square candidates aren't illegal. They're too delicious to be illegal. Like drugs. Oh wait, drugs are illegal. Pursue generated character controller, nice. Make Dogomon a bit bigger so it's cooler. Ah yes, gambling. It's interesting that we have to create laws to protect ourselves from our own awful brains. Oh yeah, now that's a big old Dogomon. It could be even bigger than this. You're dead. Sorry. I have one hit KO. Okay. Chomp his butt. Interesting. Why can't you hurt it? Yeah, Dogomon's attack. Our animations are completely screwed up. Fascinating. And we can turn off their. I mean, his butt collider is in your radius, so why doesn't it trigger? Oh, I didn't put an active collider on the body. Oops. Wait, what? I did. What? Oh, I put it on spine 2 instead of spine 1. I should just add these at runtime. Everything in my ignore colliders box, or vice versa. Half-Life is decent. I've actually not played, but it's supposed to be like one of the best games ever. Okay, now the butt smacks work better. Butt chomp. Butt chomp. Oh, butt chomp. Okay, cool. Let's say all this death anim and body part colliders. What next? we could do health bar so we actually know what's going on. The UI canvas. Oh my, you are big. I really wish Unity would come out with sliders that are just normal sliders and not these stupid knobby sliders. Probably also make my own slider components at some point. Wait, which way is the slider? What's the front of this? And I want to say Unity doesn't actually have TextMesh Pro installed by default. No, it does, okay. Oh, no, it doesn't. We can import our, we have a couple of components from Shotgun Farmers we could import, like keeping this facing the screen and stuff. Okay, and we'll align this up with the bar. Visual Basic is another program that is just compatible with Unity. I think Visual Basic's a language, right? I don't actually know. This is health bar, or world health bar. We're going to bring in keep screen size, and the other one is called face camera. I might actually just combine them into one script. I think most things that face the camera also keep screen size. Oh yeah, Visual Studio is compatible with, you can use it for whatever you want. All right, so we don't actually need keep screen size to do any of this stuff. I guess we need its values. Visual separated in separate products for each language in 2005. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay, once you have health bars, this will start to feel kind of like a thing. So after we have health bars, I guess the next thing will be working on the mobile version. Well, I guess we can start doing the player and the monster's health bar in the level. The face camera component, just getting a canvas group. We'll call this a health bar. I actually want to have two sliders, one slider that goes down and the other slider follows it afterwards. All the slider actually does is just takes this fill image and changes the position. It might actually be cheaper to just do it myself, but this is quicker. Oh, I didn't do the thing, did I? Oops. Wait, what? Why is this slider backwards? My health bar is rotated. My slider, whatever. I fill. What? Yeah, it's screwed up. I think that's probably a faster way to do this nowadays. Just gonna delete this. Like, why is it? Something to do with being it so small, maybe? Like a boss HP bar? Yeah, right? Let's try this one more time. This time I'll just shrink it down. I don't know why Unity keeps like re-importing every time I do that. Like, why is that happening every single time? F? Okay, so you can't change it to none. There we go. What's up, Dennis? How's it going? What's happened here? Oh, not much. Just wrestling with Unity. Why can't I click on none? I can click on the stupid finger, but I can't click on none. Nah, there it is. The slider value is currently at 0, but my fill width should be 0. And of course now it doesn't work anymore. What? Why does it keep importing? It's the price I pay for using a beta. My mic really muted? I hope not. So every time I try to make a change, all right, I'm just gonna get out of this prefab. I see something with editing the prefab. When I try to make a change in the editor, it just closes all my modal views. I'll probably have to restart Unity soon too. I can't click on anything. Oh, well then. Let's work on the health bar script. So we're getting the Unity UI. Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's, honestly, last time I worked in 2019.3, I did a bunch of stuff, closed Unity, didn't commit, opened up Unity, and all my changes were gone. So maybe it doesn't save. We're not going to update if our health is the same. Otherwise, slider dot value equals, what would it be? Current health divided by max health? Which are both integers, so I have to make sure they're floats. Or start making you lose all your progress. Yeah, that's why I try to commit more often because I should be responsible. Oh, we could probably use, we're gonna want to use dtween for this. Slider the do value. And we'll set our animation time. And that should animate our health bar. We're gonna need our name as well. This gives us some actor. We're going to say this.target equals actor. Title.text equals, for now, we'll just put actor.name. We don't actually have any levels or anything right now. I guess we can put that in. This will be string dot, is string dot format, right, to make strings? LVL dot 0. Maybe no space. And things are gonna have to have names. Whoops. Pinned it. Call this nice name. Okay, and then slider dot value. Is that? Make sure players can't reach what you think is an unreachable level. Yes, that is true. We're gonna have a max level on stuff once we actually have levels doing anything. So we can have like, and max level was 100 or something. Only the sword of 1,000 truths. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite episodes of anything ever. So good. Sword of 1,000 mons. Making a game looks complicated judging from your tabs. I mean, this is a teeny tiny percent of the amount of scripts just in the prototype we have so far. If you ever look at when I'm working on Shotgun Farmers, this list will just be like all the way down this whole screen. I think a game is pretty complicated, but it's also not as hard as it seems. Boop and a boop and a boop. Okay, so you have to actually create health bars. I don't actually have a game controller or anything yet because I haven't needed one. We can just spawn the health bar from resources. Oh wait, no, we want to have it in a pool. We'll need a pool of health bars, I guess. Just put it in the player, game controller, object pool. I don't know. I mean, no one's gonna have different kind of health bars. Using DoTween hobby, I am. I love DoTween. Make games using RPG Maker. I used to make games with RPG Maker when I was in middle school. I love RPG Maker. Oh my god, NetBeans! I forgot about NetBeans. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, we gotta spawn health bars. Alright, I guess let's just make a resources manager. Make a non-RPG Maker game? Cool. You also use do RPG Maker Galactic? Nice. So let's call this the game manager. In the game manager, we'll put a resource manager. And then we'll have our public health bar prefab. And when an actor, it's just when an actor controller spawns. What are we making, Dennis? We're making Project Quasimon. It is a monster capture survival game. Is my start function even available? So. Strategy RPG. It's a game about pet enslavement? Oh my gosh. You're right. We'll say health bar equals, wait, what? Health bar equals resource manager, M instance. Why is this not working? It doesn't exist. It's right here. What's up, Jay? Just getting Unity. Nice. What are you working on? Tis the season for marketing. Yes, if you guys haven't already played my game on Steam, it's called Shotgun Firearms. It's on sale for 30% off. Oh, I forgot to make this public. Wait, no. This is public static. That works. Forgot how to make singletons. Now what's up with you? Did I spell it differently? Oh, okay. Lowercase b. Whoops. That singleton is going to get ran over. Yes, thank you. I didn't realize. Core Gazer, thank you for the follow. Health bar dot setup. Why does this function hate me? And then it, yeah. We have to actually put it above the player. And parent it. So we'll say private float health bar y offset. Start at 1. We're going to say health bar dot transform. This is so weird. I guess because I made it similar to the name of the class. Does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about it right now with this because it'll be. Yeah. I should just do it. As that goes now, then let's try, right? Whoop. Where was I? Here. Health bar dot transform dot set parent to us, and then health bar dot. No, don't do it. Local position. Okay. We don't actually have it like fading out when you get close to it and stuff. We'll worry about that in a second. Let's just actually get it spawning. Yeah, thanks for catching those singleton bugs. I appreciate it. Or singleton typos. This needs a slider and a text element. This needs a reference. And let's see what we get. Oh, I'm gonna have one on the player and my doggo. Huh. They weren't parented or anything. They're just all they're all on the floor. Interesting. So health bar spawned with no actor. Now why is it getting a null? Enjoy watching gamedev stream? Thanks, Game Boy. I appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, probably wasn't a good idea to have the variable name so similar to the class name. Oh, the text. Thought I dragged this in here, but I guess. Oh, it's Text Mesh Pro, that's why. I'm a silly goose in a silly world. This is a Text Mesh Pro GUI something something something. Or is it just Text Mesh Pro? Yeah, C# is very similar to Java. You did that too many times before? Ah, oh, me too. What's up, Draco? This game is a monster capture survival game, potentially. Prototype. Maybe. But it's only on its like second-ish day of development. And we still gotta figure a lot of this stuff out. Okay, it's not Text Mesh Pro. What is it then? Text Mesh Pro. I guess it's Text Mesh Pro UGUI. Why are you crying, kitty cat? I think she needs to be fed. As do I. You guy. There we go. So we're not going to spawn a health bar on ourselves or any of our monsters. We're just going to spawn them on wild monsters. So we're going to have to move where, right now it's just happening in the start function. So we're going to have to move where that happens. So you can see my doggo has one. It looks like they like to chew on theirs. Works. So Doggomon. Okay, that's your monster controller. Health bar offset, we'll set it to 2. And we're spawning the health bars here. Let's move it. So let's just call this function create health bar. Make it public. The character animations are using an asset pack. Just as placeholders while we work on the rest of the game. Interesting. On spawn called anywhere else? Let's just put a bool health bar. Let's call this do health bar. We already have a variable called health bar. And then in our spawner, we will say true. So now only our wild Doggomon should have health bars. Uses, you can grab your HP bar and use it as a weapon. That would be an awesome like fourth wall breaking game. Imagine like an RPG game, but you break all the fourth wall. So it's just like grab your health bar and throw it. Grab an NPC and throw them. Grab a dialogue thing and just throw it. Be very meta. We'll call it RP not. No. RPG not. No, it doesn't work either. Alright. So only wild Dogomons have health bars now. Their health bars face the camera. They're not maintaining their screen size. They're supposed to be. Not sure why. Maybe my size modifier is wrong. Oh, my size modifier is 0. So let's set it to like 60. Huh. Or is it too... actually, no. Life steals a character walking up to another one, reaching up its hands and swapping health bars. That's amazing. Oh, I'm getting a no reference exception. No wonder it's not working. Canvas transformed at local scale. Oh, interesting. Characters class is the meta class. Oh my gosh. Use a meta tree to unlock different skills. A game that forces you to manipulate files. That's cool. Okay, so 60 is obviously too small. One is too big. Feels, or 10 feels kind of natural. Oh, his health bar goes down, but it doesn't actually go all the way down. Maybe like 7. What's up, Devin? Long time indeed. Good to see you. How are you doing, Devin Brimer? Okay, so when the slider goes all the way down, you can see it still has a value. All the way up is good, all the way down. This fill width should be 0. And all the way up. Should also be 0. It should be 0. Is that right? Okay, I'm going to lower my damage, both the player and the Dogomon. Make the Dogomon do like 20. The player is weaker, he's using his fists. Fists. He will do 5 because he has no weapon right now. We'll eventually modify your damage based on what weapon you're holding, etc., etc. Found me over. Oh, no worries, Evan. Thank you for coming by and swinging by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Yeah, Unity sliders are pretty crappy, but it's a little hack to adjust their width and stuff so that you can use it like that. Okay, so got sliders showing. We of course don't want the sliders for the faraway monsters showing. But we got their health bars going down when they're punched. You probably want to offset their Z also. So right now you can see it's actually rendering. Well, we wanted their center, so I guess the dog isn't actually centered on its container. So we're going to want to center that mesh because health bar should kind of be in the middle of it. And it's dead. We'll probably get rid of the health bar when it's far away or something. So let's go to health bar. Let's say max distance. Private float. Min distance equals 10 or something. Looks neat, thanks. Dude, similar to Shocker Farmers, only showing it on hit or when you get closer to them. Yeah, I'm gonna do it only when you get closer to them. So let's do some. I'm in the wrong script. I want to do this in face camera. We already checked. We already have our distance here. So instead of doing vector distance, which is actually expensive. Oh crap! It already does that. It needs to do that for this. Okay, that's fine. Oh, see this? I have to do 2 distance checks because this doesn't happen if it's invisible. We need to check this all the time. That's one of the things we're going to figure out later when we have lots of monsters. We're going to be calculating this for monsters that are really far away. And so we're going to want to toggle some of them on and off around when they're around the player. For now, we're not going to have to worry about that too much. So we're going to say dist equals camera. If you don't have a camera, we return. So camera to look at dot transform dot local position minus my transform dot root dot local position dot square magnitude. We're going to print this. If you don't know what it is, and if distance is less than min distance, we're going to like a show and hide. And if we're already hidden, we return. If we're not hidden, we return here. Add a giant trigger around them that's in their own layer, only it's the player, then have enter and exit. That could potentially work. I found that having, so like in Chocolate Farmers, I had a trigger on the player they used to like detect stuff around them. And I get really, really crazy physics spikes. Like the cost of doing the physics check, even when it's on a certain layer. Oh, I didn't bring in DoTween. It's super high, so I think it might be safer to do a distance check rather than counting on physics to do it. Then you also get into the problem where if they enter the trigger when the trigger passes through them, like entirely, and so they never actually entered it, so then you have to do on stay checks, and those get expensive as well. So like the garbage collection I've seen in trigger entering and staying was really high. I don't know if that's actually been improved in the newer Unity versions, but for me in Unity 5 it was really expensive. Canvas group do kill. Yeah. What we're going to do instead is eventually we're going to group. So we're going to create our world into segments, like quadrants almost, and only objects that are in the neighboring quadrants to the player will actually even be enabled, and everything else will be turned off. So we won't have any wasted calculations with all these other monsters. Yeah, even when it's on like one object with one layer, if there's more than, if there's several objects or whatever, just every time the trigger was checked, It caused a lot of garbage collection. What's up, Yoni? How's it going? Quasi rains. But I mean, I've tried out in 2017 or 2019. It could be different. It could be better. It's busy here tonight, Dennis. That's because it's time to make a new project. And that means it's time to run into a lot of bugs. Oops. Defade. I also need a fade time. Fade time. 2.4. I think. Okay, so hide and show and far, blub, 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 blub. See if it works. I don't actually know square magnitude values. Anyone know a good scale for square magnitude? Like what's a decent distance? Like what's 1 unit of square magnitude away from a player? 2010's looking busy. That's good. All these games to herd. I'm good. I'm good. Travels after Berlin were awesome. I mean, I went all over Europe. I went to like 6 or 7 countries in Europe after Berlin, or I think 4 countries after Berlin. I'd already been to a few before that. And then I went to Japan in the summer, and I went to Taiwan after Japan. That was also awesome. And now I've been back in the US since. Trying to start the Shotgun Farmers console ports, and now trying to start a new game at the same time. So you guys don't know, I'm making this game at the same time as working on the console versions of Shotgun Farmers. So you're gonna sometimes you won't see a lot of progress from previous streams. That's because I didn't get a chance to actually work on the game in between streams because I'm working on the console games. What's up, Dark Haze? Long time indeed. I've been good. How are you? Ooh. So it's never gonna show, I guess. Okay, it's pretty in the distance. So, so it's in the hundreds. Square magnitudes are in the hundreds. So let's say, I'm gonna only do this for a debug. Just living? Hey, living is better than not living. That's for sure. Get your roommates gifts ready. Nice. You guys doing like a Christmas exchange? I can tell you what I got planned for this game. Yes. I don't really know yet. But I want to do a game where I want to do a game that has it's a combination of survival elements minus eating and drinking, but more of crafting, resource gathering, with an open world environment where you're capturing monsters. I started off working on Shotgun Farmers alone, Zero, but then I was able to bring on awesome folks like Dennis in chat and Slothnader in chat who help tremendously actually bring the game to fruition and bring it to completion. Like just like now I'm working on this game by myself, but eventually I hope to bring all those jerks on to help make it even better. Show, damn you! Why? Oh, did I not apply the prefab, I bet? So why is this printing? I never saved it. Yeah, min distance is 200. So what the hell? Oh, you know what? The canvas group's not hidden by default, right? Is that why? Let's just do this. You raise a situation where they can't buy stuff for you. Oh, that's really nice of you. And hey, if anybody in this chat is using TikTok, you guys are TikTokers, make sure you find me on TikTok at QuasiTV. I post even more behind the scenes-y stuff. Arena makes fun of TikTok. I like TikTok. It's really fun. Man, these health bars just don't want to work today. So let's just debug your health bar. Even though it's establishing my code, I'm not doing anything stupid. If distance... okay, no. Okay, if distance is less than min distance, show, else hide. This is less than min distance, show, else hide. So your health bar, I'm going to set you to debug. The canvas group is at 0. Okay. My distance to you is 19. So we really wanted to start showing around like here, which looks like it's, you know, like here-ish. It's like 300, 320. Now my code, let's put a breakpoint here on the debug one. Oh, I'm a fool. Extra equal sign. Yeah, my one TikTok video has passed 3 million. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I just put my breakpoint in Tomer and I realized exactly where my issue was. $3.4 million? Wow, that's amazing. It's a video of me in Japan bowing to a deer. So in Japan, there's in the city of Nara, there's a place called Nara Park, and there are these deer there that are not scared of people and bow to you if you bow to them, and then you give them a cracker. You have to wait for Visual Studio to continue loading. Yeah, breakpointing is definitely key to debugging. Come on. Okay, that's a start. All right, because it's at 200 right now. I wanted it at 320. I forgot to change it. Oh, poor kitty is crying. She needs food and I need to feed her. We're almost done, kitty. I promise. I promise. You have a crow and Nara stealing women's food? Post it to TikTok. I mean, my game development posts on TikTok get anywhere between like 10,000 to 20,000 views sometimes. If you're a game developer in this stream, I highly recommend starting a TikTok. It's a very good social media right now. Or a very, what's the word? With the V. Viable social media right now. For discoverability. I wonder what this is. Oh, I didn't give them names yet. To give them a nice name. Your nice name is Doggomon. Now, eventually all this data for the monsters, their health and stats and stuff, I'm sure will come from some sort of a spreadsheet, but for now, just going to put them right in the object. No TikTok for you, Dennis? I mean, you could actually probably get a really cool following posting your 3D art, like some process or behind the scenes stuff. Slowly things in the background, we won't allow it. We'll keep you in the foreground. Oh yeah, I forgot. Game Dev 101. I can just spam my attack and just kill anything. There's no cooldown on attacking right now. So the problem is, it actually comes from the actor controller. Okay, so we're gonna say float, next can attack, float, melee delay, let's say a second right now. What's up, Waldo? Ask about the silo, but I don't want to be banned. Yeah, you don't want to do that. It's a bad idea. Only scriptable objects for data instead of a spreadsheet. I'm gonna basically be importing the spreadsheet to the scriptable object, so it's easier to see in the editor. But it's also easier to like share and compare spreadsheets outside of the editor. So I don't have to always fire up the game to see that kind of data. But I don't know. I might just use Shotgun Farmers use all scriptable objects for all of its data. The data is a lot simpler. I think it'll be hard to like compare several sets of data without building like my own custom editor for it. I've received a gift. Say open to open. Open! Waldo, thank you for the follow. Okay, so now you have to wait a second between your attacks, which is obviously too long. Oh, we can adjust that as we want. Goodbye, doggo. Oh, you're so strong. Oh, okay. All right, so we've got health bars. We've got doggomons. We've got the health bars fading in and out as we go further and further away, which is cool. I don't know how the sorting works on them. I'm sure it's all going to be kind of strange. They face the camera and stuff. And next time on Dragon Ball Z, we're probably going to work on actually getting these doggomons to walk around. Also, if you don't know, this game is a monster capture game, so you can actually switch to your monster. I know I've just been punching the dogs as myself, but the idea is that you're actually going to summon your monster and control them for combat. So next time I'll probably make these doggomons walk around so we can find them and attack them. And then we'll figure out how to make them actually attack us at some point. We can capture them. I do have to remake, I'm going to probably make my own dog rig. We might actually do that next time instead. Make a new dog rig and make our own custom dog animations, because these placeholder ones just really aren't helping me get stuff going. A rare star pet. Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to have all kinds of things like special monsters that have stripes or giant or maybe have different color eyes. I think it's going to be really cool. Basically the Pokemon game we want. Exactly, Red. That's what I'm setting out to make, and I want to make it live with you guys so you can see all the pain and suffering that goes into it. But if you enjoyed the show so far, please make sure you hit that follow button. If you hated the show and if you really hate doggomons, you should subscribe. For every person who subscribes, I will add one more doggomon to the game. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Left 4 Dead, thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, Left 4 Dead 666. That's ominous. Very ominous. Thank you for the follow. Regular streams are Mondays and Wednesdays. There actually won't be any streams this Monday or Wednesday due to the Christmas holidays, which is why I wanted to stream today to hang out with you guys for some extra time. I'll be working on the game a little bit throughout the week, but we'll be back to our regular streamings next week, and maybe some streams this week after Christmas, so maybe like Thursday or Friday. I'm not entirely sure yet. But for now, let's go see if we could find someone out in the stream world to show some love to. Merry Christmas to you too, Dennis. Let's see who is doing some stuff. Dreaded X, thank you for the follow. If you guys are home from school or off from work, this is the best time of the year to start a new game. Start it with me and maybe we could finish it together too. Let's go see who's streaming. So grab this raid message. We're going to head over to someone else's channel. Let me turn the game off because it's slowing down my CPU. We're going to go show some love to someone out in the stream world. Oh, look at this. I believe there's a Galactic Glum streaming out there. So let's head over to Galactic's channel and show him some love. I will see you guys after the holidays for our next stream. Whatever you do, please don't die before then. Goodbye.